denied his attraction for so long that it swept through him now. Then she stepped back and stared up at him, shook her head. He searched for the right words, but it looked as if he'd blown it again. After a lifetime of getting everything with her wrong, a new determination surged. He needed to get it right. Chapter 1. 1 month later. Molly Kane glanced at her watch. 9 on a Friday night, sitting in a bar alone. Yeah, that wasn't pathetic or anything. She looked at the group of guys at the table to her left, celebrating something that required yelling and beer bottle clanking. Her gaze moved past them to the couple obviously in the midst of a breakup, if the woman's tears and guy's seat squirming were accurate. So much for thinking this was the place to be tonight. The relief she needed from her thoughts, from all the questions about how she should have handled her life and what came next, would not be found here. From the look of some of the guys playing pool, she could probably find a one-night stand with a side of an STD if she wasn't careful. But no thank you. The backward baseball cap look had never rung her bells. One type, one guy, had been responsible for most of her bell ringing, and except for a few surprise stolen kisses, she'd never actually touched him. The idiot. With a deep sigh, Molly accepted that she'd become a walking, talking cliché. At 26, she'd spent most of her adult years wanting a guy who qualified as the very definition of unavailable. Now she needed to move on. Hence the uncomfortable bar stool and a pile of paper scraps she'd been peeling off the label of the bottle in front of her. You know, flirting requires you to actually get up and talk to someone, or at least look around so a guy knows you're available. Ben Mayer picked up her bottle and placed a coaster with the name of the bar stamped on it, Flanders, underneath. Ben, with his sandy blonde surfer hair, big brown eyes, and a face that had both men and women in this part of San Diego doing a double take to sneak a better look as he walked by. But for her, nothing. Not so much as a stomach flutter. Likely a smart reaction, since they'd been friends since college, and she liked his serious but currently out-of-town girlfriend, Dana, very much. But none of that stopped Molly from looking, appreciating, and generally finding him to be an annoying pain in the ass from time to time, like right now. Maybe I came here to sit and watch for a few minutes, scope out what's happening on the dating scene. She bit back a wince at the ridiculous statement and tried to pretend she didn't say it. Ben didn't let her off so easily. He frowned at her as he lined up a row of glasses in front of him. That's just sad. Only a serious friend could get away with that kind of fighting talk. Add to that, Molly had nowhere else to go on a Friday night, and she had little choice but to take whatever nagging Ben had planned for her. I thought bartenders were supposed to be supportive. We're honest and insightful. Perfect words to describe Ben. He reminded her of her brother Sawyer in some ways. All practical and straight-talking, made Molly wonder if she should be hanging out with some less honest people. Lucky me. Then there's the fact that I've known you for years and have seen that expression before. Ben pointed at her face. Right, no question about it. The bar had been the wrong choice to wallow in a bout of numbness. Maybe a movie instead. Some rom-com chick thing where some woman started out more pathetic than she actually felt while sitting there alone. I'm sure there are other customers who need your attention. None more pitiful. Okay, that might be true, but there was no need to say it out loud. She lowered her bottle to the bar and prepared to launch a friendly shot or two of her own. Wow, he shrugged. I said I was honest. And really, she loved that about him. Usually. What kind of tips does that form of honesty get you? I still live in a very small rental nowhere near the beach, if that clues you in. She got a good look at the t-shirt he wore under the unbuttoned, long-sleeved, light blue shirt, a devil with the words rebel and roll above it. On him, with his deceptive, laid-back vibe, it worked. I'm pretty sure you were wearing that shirt the first time I met you. He glanced down and held the hem out for a better look.